Detective Arjansen had solved enough odd cases to know that danger rarely announced itself with noise. Sometimes it arrived quietly, like the small cardboard box left at his doorstep on a cold, moon-starved night. There was no knock, no footsteps, no courier log, only a parcel sitting in the thin slice of light under his porch lamp. He frowned as he picked it up. It was damp, as if it had been rained on, even though the skies were clear. But it wasn't the image that made Arjun step back. It was the writing on the back. You missed one. Arjun's pulse tightened. 11 years ago, he'd worked a case that still visited his nightmares, the Ashen Man murders. 5 victims, abducted at night, their bodies later found partially burned, with a single photograph left near the scene. Arjun scanned the photograph under UV light. A faint imprint appeared, a smudged date, the 12th of November, 2025, tomorrow's date. He grabbed his coat and headed out into the fog-draped streets. Dust rose around him as he sifted through boxes of the Ashen Man case. Her last reported sighting was the same date stamped on the new photo. Tomorrow? Was the sender warning him or threatening her? Arjun pulled surveillance from the street outside his home. Midnight to 2 a.m. Nothing. Then, at exactly 12:17 a.m., his porch light flickered once, twice, and went out. When it blinked on again, the parcel was already there. No figure, no shadow, no delivery vehicle, just a glitch in the light. He rewound the footage. Before the flicker, a single frame stood out, a silhouette partially visible, thin, tall, standing unnaturally still in the shadows at the edge of the frame. The shadow seemed to be wearing something reflective like a fire-resistant jacket, a detail the Ashen Man was known for. The hunt began. Chorus found Mira Thakur's last known address, an abandoned single-room apartment above an unused textile shop. Dust covered everything except the door recently disturbed. He pushed it open cautiously. The room was empty, except for a table at the center. On it sat 5 objects arranged neatly in a line. A lighter, a roll of undeveloped film, a piece of burnt rope, an old camera lens, and a note. Do you see now? Arjun's breath caught. These were artifacts from the original 5 murder scenes. But one item didn't belong to the past. The camera lens was new, new, and inside it, something was stuck. A tiny fragment of a photo. He placed it under a lamp. Another eye, but not Mira's. Not Mira's. This one was unmistakably alive, fresh, wide with fear. Someone new was in danger. His phone rang. Unknown number, he answered. A low voice whispered, "You forgot her, detective." "Who is this?" "You forgot the twin. You forgot her story. You forgot what you promised." Arjun's grip tightened. "Mira, are you alive?" A long silence, then a whisper, trembling. "He's coming for me, like he came for Mira. Find me before midnight, please. He's getting closer." The line crackled, a scream, and then silence. Arjun replayed the voice message, filtering background noise. An echo, dripping water, and a train horn in the far distance. He knew the location, the old freight yard near the river, a place he hadn't visited since the last murder. Arjun rushed through the carriage, pushing aside crates until he found her tied to a pillar, a ring of gasoline encircling her. "Arjun." Her voice was barely a whisper. "It's okay. I've got you." He began cutting the rope when a metallic clang echoed behind him. He turned. A tall figure stood there, thin, wearing a fire-resistant coat, face hidden under a hood smeared with ash. In his hand, a lighter flicked open and closed rhythmically. The Ashen Man. You left the story unfinished. Arjun stepped protectively between him and Mira. "It ends tonight." The killer tilted his head. "Good. I like when things come full circle." He dropped the lighter. Flames roared to life. The carriage exploded into fire as Arjun grabbed Mira, dragging her out through a side door. Heat scorched his back. They stumbled across the yard, the killer's footsteps trailing them with inhuman calm. They reached the bridge over the river just as smoke enveloped the yard behind them. Mira collapsed. "Leave me." "He won't stop." Arjun knelt beside her. "He will tonight." The Ashen Man emerged from the smoke, walking slowly, savoring the moment. He pulled out a camera and clicked. The flash illuminated the bridge. "That's your final picture," he whispered. Arjun lunged. The fight was brutal fists, metal pipes, the crack of bone. The Ashen Man was stronger than he looked, fueled by obsession. But Arjun fought with something stronger, 11 years of guilt and rage. Finally, he managed to push the killer over the railing. The Ashen Man fell, arms flailing, crashing into the dark river below. The water swallowed him. No resurfacing, no scream, only silence. Arjun collapsed next to Mira, exhausted. "It's over," he whispered. But Mira shook her head weakly. "You don't understand. He never works alone." Another reflective jacket, another lighter flicking open and closed, open and closed. And then a second parcel dropped onto the bridge with a soft thud.